Hello, my name is Leanne from the Social Planning and Wellbeing team at Melton City Council. Today we are bringing you a video from a local trainer to help keep you moving. You can do these activities anywhere, including your lounge room. Please have a go at them, encourage the people in your household to get involved, and as always, have fun.
Hey everyone, my name is Kristee and today we're going to be doing some chair yoga specifically for a bit of a release and a nice relaxation at the end. We'll finish with a little mindfulness exercise, so if you're new to meditation, this will be a nice way to guide you through it. Today's session will be quite short, 10 to 15 minutes tops, so hopefully you've been able to steal away that time, give it to your body and make sure that you feel nice and comfortable by getting the release that you need. We do need a chair for this one, so we're not going to be really getting off the chair for today's class. Today's chair will be helpful if it has a back. It's okay if it has a hole in the back, but as long as it's got a nice flat back for you. We want a nice flat seat, can be cushioned, and preferably something without any arms. We're going to sit back in our chair. You can sit up against the back of your chair, or if it's got a little bit of a lean, you might just like to sit slightly forward with those hips against it. We're going to start by just closing down those eyes. We're going to connect in with the breath, whatever the way your breath is going today. So we're not judging the breath, we're not assessing it, we're not changing it right now, we're simply noticing how it's moving through our bodies. So you might notice that the breath is moving through the nose, or maybe you're breathing in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Maybe it's changing. Maybe you notice that as you breathe in, the chest really wants to expand and open up. And as you breathe out, it really draws back in, maybe round slightly. You might notice that you're breathing down into the stomach, feeling the stomach expand and contract with each breath in and out. However the breath is moving today, I'd like you to try to guide the breath into the body just a little bit deeper. You don't need to lengthen it too much. Don't try and force it too much either. Just ease it into some slower and deeper breaths. And it's okay if the mind wanders, bring it back to that breath whenever you need to throughout class. Take a couple more breaths in here. If you need to let anything go, give a big sigh. Let it go. And then start to wriggle those fingers and those toes. Slowly blinking, open those eyes. So we're going to take a breath in. So inhale, we're going to reach those hands up overhead, big stretch, pointing through those hands. You might like to interlace those hands together. You can keep one hand as a little pointer if you want. We're just going to slowly shift side to side. We don't need to take it too far. We're just moving within the limits of our body. That range is what's keeping you safe, so don't try to extend past your range today. Stay safe within it, stay comfortable within it. Keep on breathing as you're moving. You can let the breath flow with the movement if you'd like. And then coming back to center, we're going to slightly bend our elbows. We're going to flex our fingers and extend them out. And then we're going to do the same, moving side to side. But if you can, try to pause on each side for just a little bit of time. You might like to extend those elbows a little bit if that's what feels comfortable for you. Or if the arms are getting a little bit tired overhead, feel free to bring them down and just move the body side to side instead. Slowly coming back to center, releasing those hands, bringing those arms down alongside the body, rolling back those shoulders. Really try and make this movement a nice full circle. And then we're going to roll those shoulders forward as well. Kind of looks like chicken arms when you do it like this, but that's okay. It feels good. Doesn't matter what it looks like. And then slowly releasing out. We're going to move the head and neck side to side now. So moving the head from side to side, like you're shaking your head no. No, give me some time here. Need a bit more time to open up. I don't need to do that task right now. It can wait till later. If you have high or low blood pressure or you're feeling a little bit lightheaded here, open those eyes if you need and slow down the movement. Looking up and down now, like you're nodding the head. Yes, this feels good. This is what I needed. I deserve this. And then we're going to let the chin come down to rest in the chest, letting the back of the head dangle freely for a nice long stretch all the way down to the shoulder blades. You can let gravity do the work here if you'd like to, or if you want to deepen it, you can interlace those fingers, take the palms on top of the head, draw the elbows down towards the face, and pull in lightly to deepen and lengthen through the neck. Remember to keep breathing, keep coming back to that breath if the mind is wandering. Releasing out those hands, take those hands alongside the neck, still drawing those elbows in. Let the head fall back now to deepen the length that you get through the chin. We're going to close the mouth and lead the chin up towards the ceiling. Slowly coming back to center. We don't want to hold that one for too long in case we feel lightheaded. Releasing out those hands, taking the ear over towards one shoulder. So what we don't want to see here is we don't want the shoulder to come up and meet that ear. We want to keep that shoulder down, focus on lengthening through the opposite side of the neck. You can stay here, or to deepen it, you can bring the same hand as whatever shoulder you're moving towards on top of the head and pull down lightly for a little stretch. If this is feeling good for you, stay here. If you want to deepen it even more, you can extend out the opposite hand, reaching to get a little stretch in through the arm. If this feels good, stay here. If you want to deepen it even more, we can take our palm facing up, sit on it, and it will give you a nice deeper stretch through that neck. Slowly releasing the head back to center, releasing that hand out. We're going to take it over to the other side. Once again, feel free to stay here if you like. If you want to deepen it, same hand on top of the head to pull down. Nice little stretch here. If you want to deepen it even more, extend the arm. And even more, you can take the arm underneath the leg. Slowly releasing out. We're going to move through some semicircles. So from one shoulder through the front of the body over to the other side, and then send it back the way it came. Nice little rolls here. We're going to keep on moving through this. So feel free to close your eyes. Don't worry about what it looks like. Well, this class is all about the feel. You're allowed to be selfish for a little bit. It's not selfish to do something for yourself. But if you want to call it selfishness, be selfish. That's okay. You've done a lot today. You deserve this. Slowly coming back to center, rolling those shoulders back, and then we're going to move through some twists. So we're going to bring our legs quite close together. I like to shimmy forward in my chair a little bit. It gives me a bit more room to move. We're going to take our left hand across our knee, use our right arm behind us to twist and hold onto the back of the chair, trying to look out across the back shoulder. We want to keep the back nice and flat, that nice lengthening sensation that we started at the very start of class. And then slowly coming back to center, swapping sides across the back of the knee, using the other arm as a nice little twist. You can look out across the back shoulder blade. Slowly coming back to center. We're going to straighten out our stretch a little bit more and take it into those hips. So we're going to bring up our right leg and cross our right leg over as if we really need to go to the bathroom. We're then going to take our left hand across our leg, keep a nice straight back, try to lengthen through the back, straighten out this stretch, and then do the same by holding onto the back of the chair, keeping the back nice and flat, and hopefully this stretch will feel quite a bit deeper. You might feel it in the hip as well, just depending on what that hip is like, but you might just feel it more through the spine at the same time. Slowly coming back to center, releasing that leg out, swapping sides, hugging that left leg and crossing it over as if you need to go to the bathroom, crossing that arm over, using both together to push and pull to create a nice little twist. Once again, lengthen as you do. Slowly coming back to center, releasing those legs. We're going to do a little side body stretch. So we're going to hold onto the chair here just for a bit of support. If you need to, you can also shimmy slightly to the side if you find that that might give you a bit of a stronger base, or you can widen those legs slightly. We're going to reach our right hand over, give a nice side body stretch, looking up beyond that elbow, or if you have a bit of a sore neck, you can look slightly to the side instead, and then swapping sides. Big stretch here. Bring it back to center. We're going to take it a little bit lower in the body now and do a little hip stretch. So we're going to hug that right leg in, and then we're going to hold underneath our leg and straighten out that leg as much as we can. Once it's straight, we might want to point, we might want to flex, we might want to draw some circles. If it's a bit too much to hold onto the leg here, you can lower it down slightly so it's on the chair a little bit as well. If your hands don't quite reach, you can always use a strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use any type of strap-like item, so a dog lead, a belt, whatever really works. Hugging that leg back in, we're going to carefully place our right ankle on that left knee and then push our right knee away from our body. This is our figure 4. So if you're getting enough of a stretch here, stay here. If you want a deeper stretch though, we're going to lengthen through the back again and slowly hinge forward. This will give you a nice little stretch in the hips and in the glutes. Coming back out. Using your hands always to guide the body out, and then swapping sides, hugging the left leg in, taking the hands underneath the left leg, flexing that left leg and extending through the knee, and then once again, point, flex, have a play, whatever feels good for the feet. They're often closed in shoes or socks or slippers, so hopefully this is giving them plenty of space that they need. Hug that knee back in. Carefully place the ankle over, push that knee down once again. Stay here if you need, if not, lengthen and lean. Slowly coming out, releasing out those legs. Shimmy forward even more. We want to be on the nice little bit of edge of our seat. We're going to bring our feet together, our knees nice and wide. This is our butterfly pose. If you want to, you can lean forward for this one, but bear in mind you're on the very edge of your seat, so it might feel a little bit wobbly. So use your hands to guide you down. You can also take those feet further away, and that might give you a bit of a stronger base. I don't lean too far into this one. I feel like I'm going to slip off the chair. Some people love to lean forward in this one though, so take it to whatever feels right for you. Just a little bit of a hip opener, and then slowly walk it out. We're going to finish through the spine now and then settle into our meditation. So we're going to do our cat-cow. So holding onto our knees, we're going to inhale, look up towards the ceiling, leading through the chest, really bending through that lower back. And then exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest, pushing back through the shoulder blades. So this one does help if you're still sitting forward in your chair. If you've shuffled back, you might need to wiggle forward again. Inhale to look up. You can bend those elbows if you want to get even deeper. Exhale to release back. Do this a few more times. Take it in your own time. You can slow it down, you can speed it up, you can pause. Exhale out. Last couple. And exhale out. Hopefully the body feels nice and open now. We've got length through the legs, we've opened up through our hips, we've been moving through our back, neck and shoulders, and now we're going to settle into our meditation. So if you want to, you can place a blanket over your lap, you can pop on a jumper because you might cool down rather rapidly as you settle into your meditation. We want to be sitting with the support of our chair. So if your back of your chair is a little bit of a lean and it feels comfortable to lean back, feel free to do that. We want to be comfortable here with the support. If you'd prefer to sit upright and still focus on that lengthening sensation, you can do that too. Closing down the eyes, connecting in with the breath, finding the floor with your feet. This is important. We're going to be grounding through them and starting there. We want those shoulders to drop down away from the ears. We want to let everything start to settle. So once again, connecting in with that breath, the hands can rest on the stomach or the chest to help with that if you need. And we're going to bring the awareness all the way down to those feet that are connected with the floor. I'd like you to imagine that at the soles of the feet, as soon as you start to picture them in your head, they start to soften, they start to release, and they relax and melt and maybe even sink into that floor just a little bit. As we move throughout the rest of the body, you're going to feel the same way about each and every part that we move our attention across. So slowly draw up along the tops of the feet, the ankles, up through the shins and the calves, into the knees. Moving up through the thighs, along the backs of the thighs, the sides and the tops. You might feel your hands resting on those thighs. You might feel them connected with that chair. They might soften and melt into the chair just a little bit more, letting go, switching off. Moving up through the hips, along the tailbone, the pubic bone, around the sides of the hips, and then up through the torso. Through the lengthened spine, the sides of the body, the waist and the ribs. Through the stomach and each of the organs. Into the chest. Through the heart and lungs, the collarbones, the shoulder blades and the shoulders. Allow the torso to soften. Remind it to switch off and release. Moving down through the arms, the biceps and triceps at the top of the arms, down through the elbows, the forearms and into the wrists, the palms and hands, each of the fingers. Allow those arms to soften, to release, to melt and let go. And then finally to move up through the neck and the head, across the face, through the chin, the mouth, the cheeks and the ears, through the eyes, the forehead, sides of the head, back of the head, and the crown, until your whole body from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet has been allowed to soften, to let go, and to release for just a moment. Slowly start to lengthen the breath. Become more aware of the breath and how it moves through the body. Start to let the body solidify again. Let that feeling remain, that softness remain, but become more aware of the clothes against your skin, the body as it rests against the chair. Feel the air in the room. Start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, just to wake up that body. Take a big breath in and out through the mouth. Start to blink open the eyes. We're going to sit up in our chair, give a little stretch. Just waking everything up slowly. Give yourself some time to wake up too if you need to sit for a little bit. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. The light in me honours the light in you, and hopefully you found some peace for just a short amount of time. Thank you.